All right, guys, here we go. Check that out. New sit stand desk over there. In fact, knew a lot of things, new studio background, new monitor, just kind of taking things to the next level here. New year, new awesome stuff. Let me know what you think. Anyways, today we're talking about Tamron and their Holy Trinity. Now, as I see it, these are lenses that if they were there when I first started out in photography, I would have been over the moon. And well, maybe I wouldn't have known any better, but the options these days are just incredible. So these three lenses that I've picked out here for you guys today, this is my idea of the new Trinity, and these are probably the best value to performance ratio lenses that you can buy. Tamron is absolutely amazing these days. They are killing it with their lens choices. And often I wonder if you really need to go and spend sometimes double or even triple on, a name brand lens. So these lenses right now are currently available for Sony E-mount cameras, but they may be available for other mounts as well in the future, or even now, fingers crossed. So I want to talk to you about the three lenses that you should be strongly considering if you are looking for a versatile, budget-friendly, and incredible performing lens. We're going to start off with the smallest of the three. It's the Tamron 2240 f2.8. This is one of the best walk-around lenses that I own. I love this thing because of its compact nature, its size, as you can see. Very, very nice. There are no buttons or switches on this lens, and a little focus hold button would have been really nice. It's customizable these days with Tamron, but you can actually throw that into your app on your phone or your computer with the USB port and actually customize and dial this thing in, like the manual focus performance and how it responds and whatnot. So it does have some of the customization that's available with some of the newer Tamron lenses. But this lens is going to be great when you just want a great overall lens and you don't have the pressure of really needing a crazy versatile lens or an amazingly fast aperture. This is just going to be a great walk around lens for out in the city with family, just your overall lens. Video, it's going to be great obviously for a gimbal because of its size, and also for vlogging. It's that 20 millimeters there is going to be just fantastic. It's going to extend a little bit as you zoom there. It's weather sealed, of course, and going out to 40 millimeters there, it's going to be enough for portraits and whatnot. It's a very sharp lens. This thing has a lot going for it. So man, one of my favorite picks for just a walk around lens or to replace a kit lens. I think this thing is just an amazing option. Or if you're looking for a landscape lens or something that's wide enough to get most things, and you don't want something big or heavy or expensive, then this thing is definitely worth considering, guys. Next up, I've dubbed it one of the best lenses ever made. It's the Tamron 35-150 f2.8. Now this is a groundbreaking aperture. Honestly, it's amazing. This thing is one of the best lenses I've ever used, the most versatile. It does extend as you zoom. From 35 to 150 millimeters means you're going to cover a lot. And f2 at 35 millimeters means you're gonna get a beautiful out of focus backgrounds comparable to prime lenses. This thing does replace a lot of lenses for me. So the less I can carry, the better. And you might say, well, it's a little bit bulky and heavy, but yeah, so is taking around three lenses that this one replaces. So I guess it really depends on what your needs are. It's a little bit heavy for maybe some gimbal work, but it's going to produce incredible results. Good enough to shoot an entire wedding on, photos or videos. I use this thing a lot here in the studio. It's just an amazing lens. The same build, the quality, and the amazing warranty that you get with all Tamron lenses. There's really not much to not love about this lens. It is a little bit pricey and hard to get your hands on still, but I would completely recommend this to you if you are looking to take your stuff to the next level. Can absolutely produce professional results. This lens is amazing. And that leads us to our third and final of the Trinity here. This thing is one of Tamron's newer lenses and one of the most flexible and versatile lenses available today. It is the 50-400 f4.5 to 6.3. Now, not the fastest aperture, I realize, but this is kind of tailored to your outdoor lovers, for wildlife, for birds, and everything in between. This thing is just incredible. Not just because it's a 50-400, meaning portraits all the way up to extreme telephoto, but it has macro-like capabilities. Halfway to macro, this thing is going to let you get incredibly close to your subjects at 50 millimeters. It is image stabilized, unlike the other two, which is awesome and offers a ton of flexibility in terms of customization. Yes, it does extend as you zoom, and that throw is actually quite short for a 100 to 400, let alone a 50 to 400. I'm super happy to say that this lens has been updated with firmware that drastically improved the autofocus performance, which was my really only gripe with this thing when it came out. So it's phenomenal now. It is much improved and better, and I think one of the best value for money lenses that you can buy for a lens that is comparable to maybe the 28 to 200 there from Tamron, but you want a little bit more reach. Well, this thing is definitely going to be probably that lens for you. Incredible value, incredible warranty, performance is fantastic now. Yeah, so a little bit bigger and heavier, but definitely not comparable to some of the 100 to 400s out there. And it's a lot more versatile in the focal range. And of course, that macro capability, where a lot of lenses like this are gonna have a crazy long minimum focus distance in comparison. So things to consider, and with these three lenses, you're going to be able to cover just an incredible amount of shooting, from 20 millimeters to 400 millimeters, 600 if you throw it into crop mode, and that is just amazing straight up right there. Throw in some macro capabilities of these lenses, or near macro, and I really don't know what more you really need out of lenses. Of course, once you start and get in there and start collecting, the sky's the limit, and yes, I have a lot more lenses than these three, but these are some that I could recommend to you if you're just getting started out, if you don't have a big budget. These are great, amazing performing and budget-friendly lenses in most cases, and you might have to pay a little bit more to get your hands on a few of them, but honestly, it's going to replace lenses. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, one drawback, if you weren't aware of third-party lenses, is that on Sony cameras anyways, the compatibility might not be maximized compared to native Sony lenses, meaning in a lot of cases, you're going to be limited in frames per second shooting. These are all capped around 15 frames per second, so if you're shooting on an A1 or an A9, something capable of 20 or 30 frames per second shooting, well, unfortunately, these are going to be capped at that. They're also not going to be able to take advantage of some of Sony's proprietary features like focus breathing compensation, and probably more things that they'll be adding in the future. Something to consider, but price is always a big factor and should be taken into consideration when choosing a lens that may or may not be half or even less compared to the competition. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video and I helped you out. Let me know your thoughts down below of the Holy Trinity from Tamron. And if you don't want to pick any of these up, I will drop affiliate links down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.